Hello there, Cheryl here, and welcome back to the 24-hour woman mini video guide, going through with me chapter by chapter, tools and strategies and thoughts that you can work through so that you can join the high achievers who are stress women who still manage it all and still find happiness. The premise of the 24-hour woman, if you go back to chapter 1, is about opportunities that's arising right now. Chapter 2, how can we build on the stories that we already have of ourselves from our past? How can we make the best use of all those stories and create new paths? Today is chapter 3. Chapter 3 is about all our superpowers. Superpowers from the perspective of busting some myths. And I believe that this is quite fundamental because if we don't clear up out here what are some of the myths and beliefs that we have, then it's difficult for us to truly implement and move forward with no holds bar, right? So, what are some of the myths that's within here? There are 3 myths that we actually bust within here. One is what does having it all mean? Do you want to have it all? And do you want to have it all right now? Right? That's one of the big question. The other, there are some other myths that is being worked in here, and one of the things that I wanted was to bust those myths. But at the same time, in the chapter, you will also find one of the most highly asked for templates or steps that we have had requests from, and that is, Cheryl, I really need flexibility in my work. It's either dependent care, whether it's elderly or childcare, or just some personal pursuit. For example, you want to go to certain exercise class, or even develop a hobby like ceramics making. How can I ask my boss for flexibility? So that is a template that we have in chapter 3. And then we have a story in there of somebody who transited from the corporate arena into being an entrepreneur. For those of you who are thinking about it, it is one of the ways to build your own flexibility, but it is one of the things that you need to be conscious of in terms of the decisions that you're making. And we are beginning to dive deeper from chapter 3 after we bust the myths into look at what does it mean to be more mindful about what supports us as 24-hour woman and how can we design and make things work. So the templates on flexibility is one of the biggest, one of the highest requested template that we have ever had. So we're giving it to you within the book itself. And then, of course, we round off with some of the key questions from this particular chapter. And one of it is, what does having it all means to you? What does it look like? Can you describe a day about having it all? What are some of the myths you have within us right now, and how can we bust them and be conscious about them? Because it is something that's in our subconscious and it drives us. And finally, begin to think about. We all have 24 hours in a day, right? So begin to think about what is the legacy that you want to be building. One of the key things when we wrote the 24-hour woman is we want people to think about what does it mean? What is the legacy that you want to be leaving behind? And the final piece is around what is the legacy you want to be leaving behind. We all have 24 hours in the day, and as we get through the day, what is it that we want to be building towards? I look forward to seeing your comments and your views in the comment columns below, and how can we support you, and what other tools and templates and strategies and tactics that you need to be building. Look forward to seeing you at the next chapter. And in chapter 4, what we'll be going into is, so what are some of the big ideas that comes out when you look at the 24-hour woman? So we've tested this, and some tells us 24-hour woman sounds very stressful. There are some who welcome it and say we are 24-hour women. Because we all basically have 24 hours in a day, and we all wear many different hats. So I look forward to seeing you in chapter 4, where we look at what is the big idea.